Stop that.
What was it? Quavo was in an interview with Sway, and he was talking about they know within the first like half second of a beat coming on if they fuck with the beat or not.
Really though, golly, dude, there's so much that's happening. I would just imagine, and what if this is imagine if like somebody came to your YouTube channel and the only video they ever saw was me, like last Christmas, and they're like, damn, it'd be really nice to see him again. They gotta wait a whole fucking year.
Oh, dude,
like, oh my god, it's therapy. You see me with this is not a game to me. Like, I don't take this shit lightly at all. Like, I'm really out here.
I know, I see, bro. You be dropping every day and shit, YouTube videos, goddamn the podcast itself. Nigga, I have yet to put a single thing on fucking Apple Music or Apple Podcast, Spotify, and all that shit.
You're not into the well, actually, I don't know. I mean, you made a beat for me. I don't know. I'm incredibly self-aware in the podcast. If you listen to any of them, like I will say out loud, like Editor Derek, get on that, because I don't do long form stuff like you. And this isn't like a knock at all. I think that the amount of time that you spend on your live streams, I spend the same amount of time on my stuff, but my content ends up being shorter because I'm like a wannabe journalist still. So every single thing that I say, every single thing that one of my guests says, I'm like, I don't want us out here getting canceled before we even start. So let me just make sure, the shit's like cited or it's fact checked. Like, I don't know if you heard the podcast where like Jordan and Fred and I were talking, and I'm not gonna fucking call you out. Did you listen to my episode? It doesn't matter.
I haven't seen
the point
it,
is,
no.
So Fred was talking about he was saying something about, we were talking about the Kanye West documentary on Netflix, right? And Fred was like, they pulled that shit off, right? And I was like, really? And then Editor Derek comes in and is like, they didn't fucking pull that off Netflix. I don't know where he got that from. Because like, I know it doesn't matter, but here's the thing. If somebody listens to your show one time, people don't research shit. They're not like you and I. They didn't go to school for this. So They hear something one time and they're like, oh, that's the truth. And they go out and like spread that shit. And like, I'm not into that. I couldn't sleep, but that's
oh yeah, I've had to fact check some shit before too, especially them pregame shows. If someone says something about a stat, I'm like, hold on, let me look this up. I don't know if that's true.
Well, and also like the type of content that you make, you got to be like real careful, because like it's almost like a running joke with you to like say allegedly with shit. But some people they won't do it at all. They'd be like, Patrick Mahomes' wife had an abortion when she was 14. You're like, you can't just be saying stuff like that.
Like allegedly, nigga. Like niggas ain't trying to get sued out here, bro. Like
reportedly,
this shit ain't no game, bro.
Supposedly, like, bro, they can sue you into oblivion. People don't understand how lawsuits work. Somebody could hit you with a lawsuit and you'll go broke just trying to prove that you didn't even say the shit, like you didn't mean it that way. Like people, I don't play with stuff like that.
Ruthless out here, bro. Like, yeah, I ain't trying to get sued.
I'm trying to get sued.
I'm trying to go to court. Fuck all that. That's what allegedly, nigga. Only if the shit on TV and you can look it up on YouTube, ain't no alleged. But yeah, if niggas sucking dick at a party in Hollywood, it was alleged that this happened. Okay, allegedly they were sucking.
I heard somebody said it. It wasn't me. I'm just saying what somebody said. Like I'm not a reporter. Okay, I'm a commentator. There's a difference. That's gonna be my legal defense. I wasn't reporting on that. I was just commenting on it.
Shit! Speaking of legal defense, bro, did you know it is legal for the news to lie to you because it's technically entertainment at the end of the day?
Dude, yes. See, all right. See, you just called yourself out, because I mentioned that on my show like 4 or 5 times about how Fox News got taken to court over lying to people. And I was like, well, yeah, of course they lie to people. And their literal defense was, it's an entertainment show. And there was one specific quote from like some deposition, some document. I forgot what it was, but it was like, no reasonable person would assume this is fact. That was their lawyer's defense. Like, no reasonable person watching Fox News would take this as news. And I'm like, y'all got to drop the news out of your name.
Yeah, like, people gonna assume it's news if it's the source has news in the title. Like, what the fuck?
It is whack. Like people think that you're attacking Republicans or like people that like Fox News because you're like, oh, everything Fox News says is bullshit. And they think that you're attacking them personally because they like Fox News. I'm like, no, they literally said themselves that they're not news. Like you're just too dumb
It's
to
like
like
the NFL and the
Google it.
NBA, nigga. We entertainment. We ain't real sanctioned sports, bitch.
Hey, his number one competitor, of course, is Shams, Sharanja, whatever. Um, somebody got injured. This is how much this betting stuff has ruined sports. Somebody got injured. He was like, with his fractured leg, this team's odds just went from plus 700 to plus 500 to win their division. I'm like,
fuck that nigga injury, bro. It's about this bet, nigga. How much money you trying to make, nigga?
We need you to understand that the odds have changed. Yes, his legs are broken. Yes, he can't walk his daughter to school. Fuck all that. Listen, the odds have changed. So if you place the future, you need to cash that shit out right now. It's disgusting. Not my girl and I, we were literally getting ready to watch this NFL game. Well, she wasn't watching it. She was just there. And right before the game starts, I'm like, they're talking about the over-unders on the rushing yards, the over-under on the sacks. And I'm like, we're not even talking about the game anymore. It's just betting.
Individuals that prop bets and shit.
I'm like, who's playing?
We're back with episode 37 of Y'all Need to Watch This. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. We are here with Derek from Therapy Podcast. It covers a lot of various topics. You just seen the ad before on one of my rigged NFL or rigged NBA live streams or some shit at the beginning. But we here with him. Last time we saw him was Christmas. A year later, he gonna be here a lot more frequently. So get used to his face. I wanted to know what made you want to start this podcast. I never actually got to ask you that.
So it was May of 2021, and I was trying to be a good little soldier and stay inside like I was told. And there was just a lot of weird stuff happening in the world, in media. And it also seemed like everybody had a podcast. But I actually went to school for journalism, and I'm just like sitting on my hands and watching other people put out like mediocre content. I was like, you know what? I could do better. Now, I started, and you would think somebody like me with a journalism degree, he's so well spoken, he's so well researched. Oh, it was ass. The first like 30, 40, 50 episodes I put out, they were objectively bad. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I kind of like this guy, when you go to the podcast, if you go to the podcast, maybe just start at like 50, 60, hell, start from the newest one. But everybody, I don't know. Lobo, I'm going to ask you this. The videos that you started out with, like the first couple videos you put out on the YouTube, wherever you started, are they still there? Like, are you proud of those? Like, how do you feel about them?
Nigga, I still keep them hoes up because it keep me humble, bro. Like, that's the thing with me is I always like never want to forget where I came from. Sometimes I reminisce about the days. I call it the phone days. I break it up into eras and shit. It's the laptop days now, but back in the phone days, nigga, shout out Blackbird, he know the phone days, nigga, with the live streams. But yeah, just going back looking at my very first shit I used to use an iPad 2 on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like the original iPad 2, no, not third generation iPad 2, no, like second other motherfuckers. Made it on that shit. Couldn't even put text over my video.
Right.
Limiting.
Well, listen, yeah. I went through the same era type thing. So like the first probably 15, 20 episodes of the podcast, I'm talking directly into my phone. Welcome to therapy. It sounds horrible. You can hear like cats meowing in the background, fire truck sirens in the background. I'm putting out all types of misinformation. I'm like, and so like, don't edit any of it out. I literally, it's terrible. It's bad. And I try to play some music in the background. The music's louder than me. I don't listen back to it before I upload it. It's like, it's bad. But now I put out an episode lately, like 152 or something. And I listen back to it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is better than Joe Rogan. Like, it's, like it's different. And you probably feel that way too with your older stuff compared to your new stuff. You probably look back at your new stuff and you're like, oh, I'm him now. But there's always room for improvement,
Yeah. Like when I look at it sober, I look at it from a standpoint, I'm like really breaking this shit down. Like, all right, what can I do technically from a video standpoint, editing standpoint to make it better? Versus if I'm drunk, oh, I love getting drunk watching my shit. Like my favorite video to watch out of all my YouTube videos, rigged NASCAR, hands down. I watch that bitch beginning to end, all 20 minutes and 11 seconds, however long it, 22 minutes, however long it is. That is my shit, man. I love that video.
Dude,
And I get to be a fan for once of my shit instead of just critiquing this shit.
that's the awesome thing about your show and mine. I think anybody that chooses to put themselves either on camera or on a podcast is like people get to learn things about you. Fans of Lobo, I've known this man since he was a child. We were in summer camp together, like preteen years. I never knew this man watched NASCAR until he started YouTube. I didn't know he knew anything about it. And now he's like dropping vids with thousands of views talking about NASCAR. I'm like,
I thought you knew that shit.
No.
Everybody knew that shit about me, bro. Like I was the black dude that liked NASCAR.
You and I both happen to be the black dude that likes a lot of stuff that people don't expect. But NASCAR, for some reason, is where I drew the line with you. I don't know. I don't know why.
It catches everybody off guard because they don't be expecting me to really know shit about NASCAR. That's the shit that really fucks them up, is because I really know my shit about it.
You probably talk about a lot of different sports, but I've come to realize it took me 26 years now. There's some level of fixing in every single sport. Would you say that NASCAR is one of the harder ones to fix, or is it just like every other one?
In theory, yes. Because say you're actually in the act of the race and stuff, to have things line up perfectly, you really would have to try hard. Mm-hmm. As far as wrecking on purpose, them niggas know how to wreck on purpose. If them niggas can burn out and celebrate like they do after a win. They know how to fucking wreck on purpose. So right. any notion that they can't is bullshit. But yeah, the main thing is the inspection part. If you let them niggas get through the car that's too light, or a piece of sheet metal's cut too thin to their specifications, you can get in that way. But the way they was doing it back in the day, I don't see that. Niggas put sand in tires and shit to weigh the car down. Nah. Them niggas got lasers and shit now. They ain't doing all that.
Technology's reached a point to where it's like, dude, you can really do whatever you want. Like when I see World Cups going on right now, and when they talk about how quickly they can decide whether or not you're offsides because of like something that they put in the ball. If you put anything in a ball but air, I'm suspicious. I'm sorry. I just don't trust it. Like as somebody that is very trusting and very like generally sweet and gullible, even arguably, when you start putting anything in a ball but air, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, when I saw that picture of them niggas charging the soccer balls up, I was like, oh, that's it for me, bro. Like, hell no, these niggas tripping. This is bold. Shit, the NFL don't even do fuck shit like this, bro. God damn.
Nah, they let Tom Brady do the work on his own.
Had this motherfucking extension cord out, bro. I was like, hell, surge protector out that bitch.
I got a surge protector for the soccer balls. Like, bro, first of all, it's incredibly expensive, but I guess it's worth it. I mean, the World Cup games, I mean, they got like 1 billion people watching per game. So, you know,
that shit crazy though.
If you gotta pay a couple thousand per ball to do a little fixing, like, because some of these games, they just don't make no sense. Because like you think about all the parlays, all the betting, I think it all comes down to betting at the end of the day. Like part of me used to think it was really truly about entertainment, like the WWE. But like, dog, this shit with Anthony Davis tonight, I was like, yo, I have never, between that and the clip of that dude not getting the first down so Tom Brady could get that comeback, I'm like, it's just like right in your face, but you just need somebody, a Lobo, a friend, somebody in your group chat to be like, just look at it. Like, just look at it. I don't even need to tell you the context. Just look at it and tell me that makes sense.
When I first learned about this shit being scripted, I was like, bro, I'm done with football. I don't want to watch this shit no more. And then I saw Lamar Jackson play again. I was like, you know what? This nigga is exciting as fuck to watch play. I ain't gonna lie. I'll watch this shit. I used to bet on it. I don't bet on shit no more.
That's my mistake. Yeah. I accidentally came into a little bit of money. I was like, oh, this guy's going to score 20 points. I can see this guy scoring 15 points. I can see this guy getting 6. And like, I do a little bit of research, and all of a sudden, like, I posted it in our group chat. I was like, hey guys, I just won $600 because everybody showed up and did what I expected them to do in this basketball game.
Nigga, expert now.
And then all of a sudden, I'm over here, you know, I got my Buffalo Wild Wings picked up. I got my Miller Lite picked up. I got my parlays put in. And Anthony Davis gets the flu 8 minutes into a game. And I'm like, fuck. Why did I think this was going to be fair? Like, why did I expect this? It was just too good. And they're keeping the money. I'm
like a dope game, bro. It is what it is, but you win some, you lose some. That's sports betting for you, bro. Like, if you don't get greedy. That's rule. Do not get greedy. You will lose that money so fucking fast.
Win big, experience. Withdraw everything, delete the app. Be like, oh, that was a nice little thing that I did that one time.
Chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. Don't be trying to double your shit. No, nigga, you gonna lose it real fucking quick. Like, when I first ever started game, I had to learn these lessons like out the gate, back to back. Like, one big on a soccer game was Brazil to beat America. One big on that shit. Got greedy. He was like, all right, we gonna bet on Mexico, Argentina. Argentina gonna win. They got Messi. Nigga don't play until the 89th minute. Fuck around and lost. I see why that episode of Fresh Prince went the way it did. I got it. I don't play the lottery. I don't do none of that shit. I've never played the lottery, actually, except like a scratch off.
Listen, if you're out there and you're listening, you play the lottery, don't take this personally. You'd be better off betting on some of these fixed games because at least you get to watch. You get to see you lose your money live, and you get to see who's responsible for losing your money. Like, I have a personal vendetta against AD forever now. Street clothes, always dinged. A Disney. Like, we have problems now, but at least I know who to blame. When you lose the lottery, it's just like, you might as well flush that money down the toilet, bro. You were not going to win.
But ain't the ticket like $1.50 or some shit? Shit cheap as hell.
Yeah, but people go in and they buy like 20 of them. Like, it's going to make a difference.
Oh shit! I forgot niggas was buying hella tickets. That's right.
Really.
That's too many numbers for me to pick. Fuck that.
There's this. Some people have their, Venmo, Cash App, free promo for them, whatever. They have that stuff set to public, and I see some people send their friends like, oh, $15 for Lotto, $25 from Lotto. I'm like, it's a damn shame. You're not gonna win the Lotto. I don't care how much money you spend on this shit. It's not gonna happen.
I need a new hustle, nigga. Nigga need some fucking lottery tickets, bro. Hook me. I got you, bro.
See, that's the old hustle. The old heads are still buying lottery tickets. The new hustle is Anthony Davis getting the flu 8 minutes into a game, and
new hustle.
your whole parlay getting busted. And the players are so aware of it. I'm surprised they didn't find Kevin Durant for this or get him like thrown off Twitter or whatever, because he literally somebody was tweeting some bullshit at him. And they were like, he was like, oh, I must have messed up your little parlay. I'm sorry about that. I'm like, you're not supposed to be talking about that. I don't think you should be
acknowledged it. That's cold. That's cold blooded. Oh, what you drinking over there? That Miller Lite?
Dude, I almost wish I would have like had it in a container like yours, because like, again, a little free promo. Like, I mess with Miller Lite. It's like one of those beers where it's like, let me stop talking about them, bro. They need to cut me a check.
Bro, I hate Miller Lite, bro. They ain't got to cut me shit. I hate Miller Lite. I've never liked that shit. Out of all the domestic beers that you go to from college and shit, no, nigga. It's always been Bud Light, bro. Coors Light, alright. With the blue, the mountain's got to be blue. It's
what's the difference? It's Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light. It's beer. My favorite kind is cold.
There's a slight difference in all three of them. I can tell the difference in all three of them. Shit, 4 if you throw in Bud Heavy. Shit, 5, nigga, Natty Light. Natty Light tastes like peanut oil and water.
Okay, honestly, yeah, you're right. Okay, I was about to sit here and like press you about the fact there's not a difference. There is a difference, because if you drink a Natty Light and you're expecting like a cool, refreshing, no. When you first start drinking beer, everybody comes into like their beer experience like, oh, it's gonna taste like piss. No, it's just natural light. The rest of it is pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like, well, the way you drink is backwards as fuck too. Like, think about it, in high school, you start with like the top shelf liquor. You don't really get your hands on beer. Then you get to college, you get with low shelf everything. And then you actually become 21 and you actually start tasting shit for real.
See, I'm so glad that you said that, because this is something you don't understand when you're younger. I feel like an old ass man, 26. Married,
28, fuck you talking about?
Yeah, and it's weird. So when you're younger, you're just excited to drink anything. So you don't really know any better. You get to college, and you're excited to drink anything if it's cheap.
Yeah, but you still want to try shit though. Like
Yeah,
you
but
want
you
to
still
try
want to
shit,
try.
but you don't know any better yet.
When you get out of college and you're drinking just like to relax after a long day at work, you really start thinking, because people don't give you free alcohol anymore. When I was in college, I used to go around all the time. I was in a fraternity. I would show up at parties, and I used to do this thing. I can talk about it now because like I'm grown. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. If you put your alcohol in a refrigerator at a party, I'm drinking it. It's mine. As far as I'm concerned, it's community
Yeah.
alcohol. Why would you do that?
That's
Keep
stupid as fuck. If
keep
it's a
your
get
alcohol
together,
to
that's different. If it's like a pregame or a get together, that's different.
yeah,
But if it's like
yeah.
a
I'm
straight
not.
up
I'm
party,
not gonna steal your
you are
shit. Like there's 8 of
crazy.
us here. But if you go to a house party,
You're crazy.
that alcohol is Mr. Lobo. I would show up to parties with no alcohol on me, and I would just raid the fridge. Like, what are the odds of you going in to get a drink the same time the person to put their drinks in there is going to get it?
Hey
And
man,
it's
that's my shit, bro. What
and if
you
somebody
doing, man?
pulls up on you, I'm be like, "Oh, my bad. I thought it was mine," and just walk off and try again. 15 minutes later, it doesn't
Exactly.
matter. You don't know who I am. It doesn't mean anything. So
And
yeah,
people gonna be too drunk anyway to even think, to even
exactly.
comprehend that shit.
And
They just gonna be, oh, this nigga
if
probably got his beer.
if you're so drunk, you're putting your stuff in there. You're probably gonna see somebody taking something out that's not theirs and be like, "Hey man, party on, bro!" Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, never. I never brought alcohol to no party in college, nigga. If I brought anything, it was allegedly, nigga. Hell, you talking about?
This is all
Allegedly,
for
I had some
entertainment
on me.
purposes. I was one of those people in college where like I didn't I would never actively try and get high. But if somebody's like, "You want to hit this?" I'm not going to be like, "No." Like, what do you I mean, come on. Like, I wasn't the type of person to be like fiending for stuff, but like if you like hand me something, I would be like, "I'll try everything once. This is whatever." And I mean, look at me now. Mom, dad, look at me now. I'm okay. All right. I'm on Lobo's show. Like I'm clearly fine. The point is, if you're in college, stop paying for stuff. Like, don't be that guy that's always going to pick up stuff because
Stop
like
paying.
you can find stuff. People are handing out stuff. You remember when you were a kid, they were like, they're always like, "Oh, don't do drugs, stay away from drugs," and you're like,
Yeah, niggas lying.
when you get to college, it's not like people are just going to be handing you drugs. Yeah, they are.
Shit,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
about you.
People are handing you drinks. People are handing you drugs. Now, if it's like a weird color, if it smells funny, people be like, "Hit this." I'd be like, "Nah, bro, I'm good." Okay. Appreciate it though. Appreciate it. If you if you ask somebody what something is and they're like, "Bro, quit being weird. Like, trust me. Like, whatever," I'm be like, "Bro, it would take a lot less time for you to just tell me what it is. So you already lost me."
No, here's the thing about drugs though, is like it's the way it's marketed to people. Some people don't know how to sell that shit when they offer them drugs. They be like, "You want to do some acid?" Like that shit sound aggressive. Like to a black person, acid sounds really. The name acid don't sound appealing.
No.
LSD sounds a little bit better, but like acid sounds hard. DMT, that shit sound way too aggressive, nigga. Like
DMT sounds like
DMT
someone's
is like
getting body
all
slammed.
caps, nigga. Shit, got like chill out, bro. That's a
LSD, I'm
lot.
like, oh, that's an ASAP Rocky song. Yeah, that's kind of cool. But
Exactly.
if you're like acid, when I hear acid, I think of somebody being burned with like a substance, like
they
something is
skin on
melting
fire
you.
or some
Like
shit.
I'm
Yeah.
good. I saw that episode of Family Guy where they took something and somebody got their. I think Brian was telling Stewie like, "You got to cut my ear off to end World War II." I was like, "This is the
I
best don't
remember
do
that.
drugs commercial I've ever seen."
Nah, bro. The most accurate depiction of acid is the episode of The Simpsons when Marge did acid. That shit is the
Mm.
most accurate description to a T on what you would see visually, because that shit is fun. That's some shit you can do by yourself.
See, I'm good on that. When it comes to stuff that's like that has the capacity to make you hallucinate, like I think I'm good, man. I'm fine. I want something that's gonna like pick me up or bring me down,
It'll
and
pick
that's
you
kind
up
of
all
it.
right.
Now, if it's something that's like, dude, like, yeah, it's all about the marketing. If somebody comes and be like, "Would you want to take a trip to Jupiter, my guy?" I'm like, I like it here. Like, this is fine. I don't I don't need to
Nigga,
go.
that shit sound kind of far, bro. I don't know,
Look,
man.
exactly. Like if somebody's like, "Hey man, got this kush, bro, it's gonna put you on the moon." I'm like, the moon, I see that every night. Like that's that's
Yeah, that's
cool.
cool.
But like if you try to oversell shit like an episode of the Boondocks, this that Skywalker kush. I'm like, I am no Jedi, sir. It is all good, man. I'll just drink my Miller Lite. It's okay.
Oh, bro.
Motherfuckers gonna think I'm
Nah, one
sponsored.
dude tried to offer, what was it? Not Quaaludes. That shit went out. That shit been gone. Ketamine. Ketamine, yeah. Which basically gives you like fisheye lens vision.
Dog.
My friend, one of my other friends up here, he explained it a lot better to where it sounds a lot more appealing. The way my other friend described it, he was like, it's cool, it's just horse tranquilizers. Like, talking about, bro, horse tranquilizers, my nigga?
It's
Nah.
just
That shit sound like something you get caught with on the news, bro. You got methamphetamine, ketamine, a little bit of heroin. Like, it don't, fentanyl, it don't sound safe to be caught with
nah,
ketamine.
dude. Nah.
It just
That's the
sound
only
like some
thing.
shit that'll burn your face off.
Ketamine does sound
Fucking with that K,
flammable.
man.
Yeah, that anything that has a nickname like K or Ket, I'm like, dude, let's just keep it true. When I was growing up, everybody was talking about like cocaine, like it was the big bad thing.
No,
And
nigga,
now, like,
K2.
yeah,
No,
and
our
then like,
generation was K2 was the one that was a motherfucker. K2.
bro, people were talking about that at high school, the high school we went to. I'm like, you're on, bro. It
I know
sounds.
people who took that shit, bro. Allegedly, I didn't try it. It ain't do nothing. It really didn't. I think it's a person by person basis. Like that shit didn't do a goddamn thing to me. I felt mellowed out. Like I was smoking weed.
Man,
But I done heard some stories about motherfuckers like having heart attacks and panicking and shit. I'm like,
bro,
yeah, I see why.
people love to say like, look, I'm not out here trying to attack people that smoke marijuana. Like it's fine. I don't care. I'm just saying if you get the thing about marijuana is you have a beer, you have 2 beers, you have 3 beers. You know how you're gonna feel. You have 6 beers, you know how you're gonna feel. The
You
reason
feel
why I
nigga.
can't the reason why I can't smoke weed really is like I don't know how hard it's gonna hit me till it hits me. And then and
Yeah, I
then
know.
and then and then once it hits you, you're just like, when is this gonna be over? And it's never over as quick as you want it to be. And everybody's like, just calm down. The more somebody says calm down, the more you don't.
It's like, oh shit, nigga, I'm high as hell. What am I gonna do?
Somebody says
I'm gonna
calm
go get
down.
home.
Why are you telling me to calm down? Am I like freaking out? You would tell me if I was freaking out. They're like, no, I'm not saying you're freaking out. You just need to calm down. I'm like, well, if I, if everything was cool, you wouldn't be telling me to calm down.
Heart beating out of your chest and shit. Just like, oh god,
It's
that's
like
okay.
you tell
Just be
me
fine.
everything's
Just breathe.
fine, but I can't feel my tongue. Like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'll just have another beer. It's okay. It's all good. Oh yeah, about therapy.
Yeah, tell us about that show, man. Yeah, what's that all about? What's
Okay.
your favorite episode of therapy?
If you are coming away from this and you're like, I want to listen to one episode just to see like if I'm into it, if I care or not. Um, Trump, Kanye, Nick Fuentes, the worst meeting ever. I think it's a good blend. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good blend of politics because, you just say Trump's name, people get hot.
Facts.
If you're a black person and you've been trying to forgive Kanye and you've been trying to look past these things that he's done and said, and I think it's a good episode to listen to. I'm not saying it's going to make you lean one way or the other, but things might be revealed to you. And then, it's just I think it's like a good introduction to the show. But if you really want to get like one really solid, so there's this one episode I recorded it when I was at home. It's called "LeBron is Just Tired."
I remember that shit.
It's episode 111, and I do the episode begins with like a recap where I'm talking about the Nets and the Lakers and LeBron's fatigue, and then I have a friend of the show. We'll call him Steve because that's his name, and we start talking about Brian Flores. It's kind of a sports show, but then it kind of devolves into us kind of talking back and forth about whether it's okay that Joe Rogan used the N-word. I can't even really speak on it. You just have to listen to the episode. And I think the funniest part of the episode is that it's titled "LeBron is Just Tired." But half of the episode is my good pal Steve pressing me about the fact that I seem to be okay with Joe Rogan saying the N-word. And it's like I think it's a really interesting exploration of, the black experience, how we are expected to react to people talking crazy about us. And speaking of that, the newest episode of my show, and this
I was finna ask you about that shit because I heard it earlier today.
yeah, 160, which was just released on, I don't know when this is gonna drop, but it was just released on Monday. What day is it? Monday the 5th. Monday, December 5th. It's called White Man Says the N-Word to My Face. And I feel first of all,
I wonder what happened.
First of all, it's exactly what it sounds like. There are a lot of shows that like to give you clickbait. Therapy at times is one of those shows, but in this instance, it is not. Long story short, I'm not going to spoil all of it, but I'm at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and there's a white man that doesn't call me the N-word, but just uses it in the most nonchalant manner. That it's really, really like I really just break down why it's such a problem and why. Here's the thing, okay? Would he have said it to my dad? Probably not. Would he have said it to my grandfather? Probably not. Like most black people would be like, well, I guess I'm gonna knock his ass out. Like I don't really have a choice. Like today's that day. I don't know what the expression is. You pick the wrong one, you pick the right one. Regardless, you could fucking get the hands. The point is, I have things to lose. I got a wife, like I got a job. It's like, yeah, I could defend my honor. Nobody would be mad at me for hitting the man. But I'm just like, hey.
You ain't trying to go to court.
One question. Why? Why?
People would take you to court. They would not exactly take your ass to court.
And somehow it would end up being my fault. Like if I punch him directly in the eyeball. Assault. You're like, oh, you blinded this man just because he said the N-word? I mean, yeah, but it's hard to go into a courtroom and explain why it's appropriate. Yeah. Even though everybody listening to this show understands it's like an unwritten rule. If you're a white man and you saying the N-word unprovoked, by the way, to a black person, physical harm may come to you. It wasn't a warning. It wasn't a threat. It was basically
mandatory.
Let me just in one episode kind of explain why this is an unacceptable thing and then move on with my life. Because I think one of the best things about my show, it's kind of transitioning into more of a news thing. 50% what's happening online that's important to me, 50% things that are happening in my life that I think are important. But one of my favorite things about the show is that I have things that weigh on me as a person. Anybody in America has stuff, that they've dealt with that's happened to them and they feel strongly about. I get to do a show about it and then like release it. Like it's off of me. Like I don't think about it anymore. And that was one of those things I've been holding on to for a while. Why are white people still saying the N-word? Like what is that? Why are they doing that?
Hip hop.
And it's funny that you say that because I was talking to my brother about it. And he's like, we want white people to stop saying the N-word, but we keep saying it. They keep hearing the music. And I'm like, okay, I hear a lot of people say a lot of things, and I don't feel like I have to say it because like I'm a human being that is like usually sober and has agency and can control the words coming out of my mouth. And being drunk isn't an excuse, by the way. Like it just doesn't matter.
That makes it worse because I mean that's the real you coming out saying
exactly. Like you already had that up here, and now that you're drunk, you just can't help yourself.
You had the courage to say that shit for real.
Exactly. So like you always felt that way, and it's like, bro, like I'm not. That's such like a crazy excuse, by the way. Like, oh man, I was drunk. And listen, I get it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'd be the same person if I had 11 beers, but I don't care how much I drink. Like, I'm not just gonna decide to call my wife a nigga all of a sudden. Like, that's just not gonna happen, because like I've never thought about it before, so I'm not gonna think about it when I'm drunk. You know what I mean? Yeah. So basically, he's always wanted to say that, and now he's drunk and he meets somebody like me, who just so happens to be a sweetheart, and he feels like he could take advantage of it. But now that I'm putting this out here, now that it's on my show, now that it's on your show, now people know. You don't have an excuse to pull up
any
on me
nigga
like
who
that.
Call you a nigga
talking wild.
His hands. What you saying? Like you gonna put hands on any nigga out there who disrespected, no matter what size, no matter how swole.
I'm not saying
it could be Lou Ferrigno, nigga.
I'm not saying that, but you said it and I don't disagree. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Because a lot of people's excuse and my justification, my rationalization was like, maybe you just didn't know any better. Well, now you do. Now you do.
So it's on site, bitch.
It's on
Fuck,
Spotify.
nigga.
It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on YouTube. Check out Lobo's channel. You can't say you weren't not warned, informed. Okay. So if you hear this and you're like, he does sound like a sweet guy that would let me get away with it, it's not true. Whatever you're getting right here, it's more of that. So, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, for whatever reason, if you're there.
Amazon podcast, playlist, music,
whatever.
Alexa scares me. That's all I know. I see why they put that shit free with the TV. That's a fucking setup.
She doesn't do. Here's the thing.
No, that bitch be listening to shit for no reason. That motherfucker, clink, clink. That motherfucker green light be going. I'm like, bitch, I ain't say nothing. Alexa, shut the fuck up. No, that shit responds to Alexa, shut the fuck up too. I didn't try that shit. But yeah, that shit scare me.
We have 3 of them in my apartment.
See,
I don't know. I don't know why. They know everything. Look. You're gonna see ads all the time, regardless. This is my wife's point. God bless her, because I was like, bro, doesn't it bother you that I say this all the time? The worst example of this is one time I asked my wonderful wife, I was like, "What do you want for dinner?" And she was like, "Fazoli's," and I was like, "I fucking hate Fazoli's. No way." My phone heard that once. For the record, if you didn't hear me clearly, I said I hate Fazoli's. Okay, I don't like them. So now every YouTube ad, every Instagram ad is Fazoli's. Every Facebook, it's Fazoli's. Everywhere I look, they start building the Fazoli's next to where I live. I'm like, y'all heard too? Why is this happening? I said I don't like them. And they don't care. They hear the word, it triggers them. And it's funny. People can be getting caught with crazy stuff like that because, like, your girl could be talking about something, you don't know it, but you share a TV. And then one day you're watching YouTube together and something pops up. And I was just checking NBA scores, bro. LeBron really only got 21 points tonight.
Fuck that niggas always smoke.
It's
all day, every day, unadulterated, pure unadulterated smoke all day.
What's your beef with LeBron James?
He a bitch. He a fuck nigga. I don't like nothing he do. He ruined basketball with this team hopping bullshit. They changed the league where the league favorited him while Kobe was still in his prime and shit. Trying to push LeBron as the best player in the league. He wasn't. The bubble championship don't fucking count. He got 3 rings, not 4. He always needed help. Always needed help from a bigger star to make the big shot for him, Kyrie Irving, to win a championship. But they want to, give Deshaun to his chase down block, which Iggy double clutched for no reason.
I mean,
just saying.
It was a good block.
Nigga, no,
the best
if you
block
double clutch,
ever?
it wouldn't be a fucking block, is what I'm saying. Like,
oh, yeah.
As a nigga who done played basketball, that's dumb as fuck to do what Iggy did. On a easy fast break layup.
On like a pure basketball IQ level, it's weird for Iggy to think that doing a double clutch wouldn't give like the most athletic human in the history of basketball more time to block the shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I get it. LeBron is there are a lot of things about him that I'm like,
he lies about everything. Jesus Christ, they have compilations of this shit now.
That clip
10 minutes long.
Bro, the funniest LeBron clip. So he had this book. You probably already know where I'm going with this, where he was at this press conference after the game and he brought out the book and they were like, LeBron,
Malcolm X.
Yeah. They're asking him about the book and he was like, they were like, what's your favorite part of the book? Since you brought it out here for us all to see. He's like, his strength, really.
He was a smart man.
Just like, he was a smart. I'm like, LeBron, dude sounds like he got called up to do the class presentation for his project. And he's the only one in the group project that didn't do anything, but then showed up because if you don't show up for the presentation, you're going to automatically fail. And they were like, you want to talk about what's on the poster? He just starts looking at the poster. Well,
that shit was priceless. Like, he got caught square in that lie too when she asked that question.
What's so annoying is just don't bring out the book. Or,
we ain't seen that nigga with no book out there since that shit, bro. He's like, oh fuck, these niggas gonna ask me.
He learned his lesson. Or if you haven't read that far in the book, just be like, I haven't gotten that far in the book. I just brought it out here because I want kids out there to know this is a good book. You should read it. I'm only on page 2. Just be honest.
Probably accurate.
But don't come out there with the book and then they ask you about the book Any reasonable person that had read 5 pages of the book would be able to name one thing that happened in the book.
He had that shit open midway through too, like he had been really putting in work.
Dude literally randomly
like
flips halfway through the book, put his thumb down, and they're like, well, he's clearly read half the book. He hasn't read any of the book.
nigga, full of shit, bro. I listened to the Migos in 2010, bitch. They didn't drop their first mixtape till 2011. What the fuck are you talking about, sir?
Were you left off Bad Bougie? Who was left off Bad Bougie? Oh my god, bro. Rip Takeoff, bro. That shit ruined my whole day.
Yeah, man, that sucked. Like he was the best rapper out of the group. Offset was the most diverse or the most versatile. Versatile, that's the word I'm looking for. Melodically speaking, Quavo had that unlocked. But yeah, Takeoff was like the best rapper. Even people forget this shit when Offset was like locked up when the Migos were dropping mixtapes. Who was holding that shit down, bro? It was Takeoff and Quavo.
Right.
People forget that shit. All them songs that first popped off and shit, that was Takeoff and Quavo. Not no Offset.
What's so weird about it is if somebody told you, hey, one of the Migos has to go, for whatever reason, not deserved, most people, the majority of them would say, I feel like
Quavo.
we could live. No, people would say we could live without Takeoff only because he hasn't popped commercially in a solo way like the others have. Because if you ask rappers who they mess with in the Migos, they're usually going to say Quavo. If you ask the average person what
Migo... Stop. No, I just caught that. No, they say Offset. Everybody Offset.
Yeah.
Everybody know that.
I think that's because, well, I know Quavo had like really successful solo commercial success, but when it comes to the most recognizable one of them, and I think, believe it or not, however you feel about her, it doesn't matter. I don't like her. I don't mess with her. Cardi B, her relationship with Offset. I'm not saying to put him on. Don't get me confused. I'm just saying.
It definitely made him go more mainstream. They both kind of popped off at the same time, really.
More recognizable. Because, they got the whole celebrity couple thing going on. But, like, it doesn't mean anything. Like,
they white famous, basically.
Is that love?
Hell no, that shit arranged.
It's not love. No. If, in the event that I wasn't married, if I blew up off, like, the therapy shit for whatever reason, probably wouldn't. But the point is, if I ever blew up for any reason, rich, famous, whatever, I would have been dating the most regular girl you could find. Because I don't want anybody that thinks that. Imagine trying to deal with a high maintenance person like a Rihanna or a Beyonce. When you're a kid, everybody says like, "Oh my god, if I could be with like Selena Gomez, if I could be with, oh my god, bro, Beyonce's so bad, bro." You really want to wake up with Beyonce every single morning.
Dealing with paparazzi and shit.
Before you even get to the paparazzi, as a human being, could you imagine the expectations that Beyonce would have for an individual?
Yeah, she probably try to do some crazy witchcraft spell on my ass.
I have a healthy respect for like most like pop icons or whatever, but I just feel like dating Ariana Grande would be annoying. I'm sorry. It's just, especially after like she was with Big Sean and everybody's gonna
Pete Davidson.
Everybody's gonna be comparing you with all the other famous people that they've either been with or they could be with. So I'm not trying to date a famous person. Like I'm trying to date like a really hot girl that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, I don't know. In the event that you were to blow up and you're already, relatively speaking, compared to me, you've already taken the hell off. Where you at? 25,000 subscribers. You can flex because I asked you.
Yeah, like what? 24K. Yeah, closing in on that shit.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all relative, like I have 49 subscribers right now. Now, ideally after this, maybe I'll have 50. That's what I call setting the bar low. But I always wonder about this because I don't talk to a lot of people that, are content creators. Are you not hyper aware of the amount of subscribers, the amount of followers, the people that comment on your stuff when they're like, Lobo? Like your name's not Lobo, but some people only know you as that. Like I would think about that all the time. Like there's this group of people that know me for this thing, but they don't like know me,
Well, I mean, yeah, at some point, like I felt a little taken aback by it when it first started happening, but now I'm used to it. Now I don't really even think about it. I don't take shit for granted. Like
right.
The same way I was when I had 100 subs, the same way I'm gonna be with 100,000. It don't make a difference to me, man. It's just I'm glad to see like the channel grow and like all my hard work starting to pay off and shit. And I appreciate all the support from everybody. So yeah, I don't ever let that shit go to my head like that.
I think that makes it easier on you personally, because as soon as you like start to notice it, you start looking at it, you start being like, should I even drop this video? Are people gonna care? Are people gonna watch this video? Like, am I gonna get the same amount of view? Like, as soon as you start thinking about that, like, you already lost. Like, you can start making more and more money, you can get more and more followers, but as soon as you start questioning yourself, you start forgetting why you did it in the first place. And
No,
like,
I say this
yeah.
though, like most YouTubers are their toughest critic. A lot of the time, like even with like the pregame show, the recordings might be an hour, sometimes 45 minutes or something. The show's only what 20, 25 minutes. I done cut 20 minutes of the shit. Or
Right.
any of my videos that are like 4-5 minutes long, them hoes when I record them are like 12. I just cut a lot of shit because I was like, it didn't fit what I was going with. Because I like to keep everything in a video. I want to say everything for that subject, whatever the title is, it's about that shit so it doesn't deviate off into other shit.
Well,
It's
you're not
just
trying to
solely
waste
on this
people's
one topic.
time, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you everything on this topic that this video talks about. I
Mm.
got you on that shit. Live streams, whatever, but
Yeah.
edited videos, yeah, it's like to the point. People got short attention spans.
Oh, yeah. You got to give people what they ask for. I noticed even with my little audience, like there's certain times where I'll see like, oh, I know this was a great topic. I know this is a great episode. And then I mess up. I look at the numbers. I'm like, why ain't nobody listen to this, man?
Nigga,
Is it
you gotta
me?
look at the analytics
It's
overall, bro.
but
That's some game.
yeah.
Like this some game I'm finna drop.